Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about linear regression and its types. Mainly we are going to discuss simple versus multiple linear regression. So what is linear regression? So linear regression is a supervised machine learning algorithm used to predict a dependent variable y from independent variables x. So mainly it has two types, simple linear regression and multiple linear regression. So in simple linear regression, we only use one independent variable. For example, predicting a house price just based on size. And in multiple linear regression, we use two or more independent variables. For example, predicting house price based on size, location, and age. So linear regression helps us model the relationship between input and output by fitting a straight line. So in simple linear regression, there is one predictor and it is best for simple relationships. And in multiple linear regression, there are two or more predictors useful for forecasting, risk analysis, and decision making in industries like finance, healthcare, and marketing. So in simple linear regression, we predict y using one x. So the steps are, so first we plot data points, then we assume a straight line relationship, that is y is equal to b naught plus b1x plus e. And here b naught is the intercept, b1 is slope, and e is error. And we use the least square method to find the best fit line. Use this line to predict new values. For example, study hours versus marks. More hours studied is equal to higher marks predicted. So let's understand with an example. So if we take a data like this, suppose this is our data, study hours versus marks, and we have 150, 255, 365. Means on X we have study hours and on Y we have marks. So how will we solve it by simple linear regression? So let's see. So first formula is y is equal to b naught plus b1x. Next is finding a slope. So for finding a slope, this is the formula. And next is finding intercept. And next we will form a regression equation. So using our formula, we can draw a regression line that predicts marks based on study hours. So for example, if someone studies for 6 hours, we can estimate their marks from line. So here we can see the predicted marks are 82.5. So now let's study the working mechanism of multiple linear regression. So in linear regression, we predict y using multiple x values. So equation is y is equal to b naught plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. And here you can see the equation. So the steps are, we collect dataset with multiple variables, we assume a linear relationship, we use least squares to fit coefficients, and we predict using the combined effects of all the predictors. For example, predicting house price using area, number of rooms, and location. Let's understand with an example. So here is a data set. As we can see, uh, we have a salary data set with experience x1 and education x2. And education is y is equal to minus 5 plus 5x1 plus 2.5x2. Means this is our equation. So yeah, this is our formula. First is y is equal to b naught plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. And so we have calculated coef b naught is our minus 5, b1 is 5, b2 is 2.5. And the step 3 is finding a regression equation. So the regression equation is y is equal to minus 5 plus 5x1 plus 2.5x2. So if someone has a 5 years of experience and 16 years of education, so the model predicts a salary of 60,000. So yes. So for experience, we have selected 5, and for education, suppose we have selected 16 years. So our model will predict 60,000 salary. So let's see what are challenges or limitations. So definitely both will have some limitations. For example, simple linear regression can only use one factors and assumes strict linearity, sensitive to outliers, and ignores other influences. But on the other side, multiple linear regression needs large data sets, can't handle multi-collinearity, and also sensitive to outliers, and can also overfit if too many predictors are used. So neither works well if the relationship is nonlinear. So to summarize, we have understood that simple regression is good for learning and understanding the impact of a single variable, and multiple regression is better for practical, real world predictions using many factors. Both are useful, but we need to handle them carefully to avoid errors. So that's all for today. Thank you.